While the jury is being brought in, I want to bring in my guest for this hour, National Trial Attorney Michael Jaafar, who joins us in studio. So you heard the judge there, Michael, saying that she's denying the defense being able to take this line of questioning. The state said, look, we didn't have a chance to prepare for that line of questioning. We need to bring in a pharmacologist, a psychiatrist in our rebuttal case, and that's expected to go forward on Monday. Is that a problem?
For the defense, I don't think it's a problem for the defense. I think the judge made the right ruling because at the end of the day, this matters. How much weight the jury will give it is an open question, but I could see a situation where because that's why the judge said, depending on how the testimony evolves, I might, consider other objections. Depending on how if the defense
so there's still a chance.
There's still a chance. If the defense comes out there and says, well, that's it, ipso facto, she took the medication, she's not a zombie, that means this is, evidence of the fact that she has schizophrenia. I don't think that they'll be able to, if they do go down that line, it might actually delay the trial for the prosecution to bring in, rebuttal witnesses.
All right, let's go into court and see that first defense witness of the day, the last two of the experts that they are going to be calling to the stand. All right, they are taking a quick bench conference with the judge while this expert is on the stand. Let's bring in our guest for this hour, National Trial Attorney Michael Jaafar. Michael, you heard the psychologist there saying that she doesn't have a history of childhood trauma. She doesn't have a history of anger. Do you think that's going to help this jury, just the fact that this was so sudden and such an anomaly in Sidney Powell's life?
It should. If the jury is rational, if the jury really takes stock of the evidence and of the science, and they listen to these experts, they're going to make the right decision, which is that she probably is not guilty by reason of insanity. I have a strong belief that they're not going to make the right decision. I've discussed it with friends. I just don't believe that this jury is going to take that leap, although, in my opinion, as an attorney, they should. I've looked at the science, I've looked at the evidence, I've argued these cases. They should do that, but an Ohio jury is going to be they're just going to ignore the overwhelming evidence from these experts, and they're probably not going to buy it, but they should.